This all started back in 2015 when you, the residents, told us, the parish council, what you would like to see to ensure that the parish and its villages thrive in the future and that we and our successors continue to enjoy its wonderful amenities. The purpose of this short film is to share with you our emerging proposals about how we intend to carry out your instruction.
I'm one of the trustees of the Gibbs Family Trust, which owns the fields which the village has chosen to make this development. We're really pleased to be part of this. The Gibbs family has been involved with the development of all sorts of things in the village over the last 200 years. The building of the church, the bridge, the school, the village hall, and now we're involved with this exciting new development of new houses which the village needs, the surgery which we also require, new space for a graveyard, parking, and we are so pleased once again to be involved with this exciting development.
The pandemic has reinforced the view of how important a local shop and post office is to a community. The new bridge across the Thames, the village bypass, the proposed massive developments at both Culham and Berensfield are all threats to the continued viability of our shop. The plans in this consultation are all designed to help our community mitigate against these threats. I'd ask you to support these plans. Thank you.
In the preparation of the village plan, the committee identified that there was a very strong wish from the residents that we should provide housing for two specific purposes. One is to enable new blood to move into the village, and the other is for there to be a suitable stock of housing for people already living in the village to downsize to properties now more suitable for their needs. Having identified the sites, it is our intention that we should build properties on them that will fulfill these needs. This plan genuinely delivers on what the village wants, and I'm supporting it.
Clifton Hampden's lucky enough to still have a number of amenities. We still have our small rural village school, but we need to make it sustainable to keep it long term. Adding a few more houses into the village will help its viability. We need more children coming through the door. Parking is an issue for residents, I know, so an improved parking space would be ideal for us. We bring people into the village through the school, and that of course helps support other amenities like the village shop and the doctor's surgery. And of course we are a Church of England school and have close links with the church and use that regularly too. And for these reasons, the school is happy to support the developments in Clifton Hampden.
The current surgery barely meets the needs of the village. The proposed plans for a new surgery would allow us to meet better standards of care for all our patients and offer services we cannot currently provide. This will allow those with transportation difficulties easier access to better health services and provide more flexibility. It will allow a village surgery to continue for generations to come, well into the 21st century and encompassing changing demographics of the future. Estelle and I are passionate about providing the best care possible for all our patients, and we strongly believe that the proposed plans for a new surgery will allow us to do this. Thank you.
So, to take the two sites in turn, the allotments site will comprise a new surgery together with improvements to the village hall and between 18 to 20 new homes, mostly smaller 2- and 3-bedroom dwellings. A small parking court is proposed between the extended village hall and the new surgery, offering a convenient pedestrian route from the bus stop and also a vehicle access only for school drop-offs facilitated by a kiss and drop arrangement. To the west, a new main access is proposed off Abingdon Road, which also offers good visibility in both directions. Discreet, landscaped parking is provided for the new surgery, allotments and cemetery, as well as overflow parking for parents of school children in the mornings and for afternoon collection. The access turns behind the surgery with a short terrace of new homes which look onto the village hall and surgery garden. To the east, a new lane retains the footpath along with existing trees and hedges, which will together reinforce the informal rural village character of the lane. Further planting breaks up parking there, and the homes are generously spaced in pairs, allowing views westward from the lane itself. At the top, the lane turns into a courtyard of 5 slightly larger dwellings, loosely arranged and overlooking the allotments and countryside beyond. Landscaping features include the continued provision of allotments, a new burial or remembrance garden, and a small plantation to the rear of the dwellings, all of which are considered central landscape amenities for the village. Indeed, a new pathway or track is also proposed across the site, which encourages visitors to enjoy those landscape features whilst providing a really good link to the paddock site opposite. The paddock site is a much simpler proposal overall. A development of just 5 new dwellings means as much of the open paddock is retained. Smaller numbers here also allow us to treat road design in a much looser fashion, and in fact, the proposals loosely echo the organic growth of a typical farmstead, perhaps a compact arrangement of distinct building forms such as farmhouse, barn, or dairy and stable outbuildings. These homes naturally offer greater accommodation and each adopt a unique appearance that is harmonious with its neighbour but also the wider rural setting. Rubber-stamped executive homes on huge plots aren't really appropriate here. These simple figure ground diagrams are a great way to study the grain of built form within a settlement. The technique is particularly useful for exploring the relationship between buildings and open spaces. And in this case, we can illustrate that the proposals are complementary to the historic building patterns seen throughout the village. On both sites, we seek to retain the key qualities of their existing character to provide a high-quality landscape setting for the new homes. Considering footpaths at an early stage ensures the sites don't become isolated from the village, but instead remain embedded with the pedestrian routes and paths that actually tie the village together as a whole.
I can almost hear you thinking, this is all well and good, but what do we get out of this? So, as well as the additional housing we all agreed we needed, through this scheme our community also gains a new surgery with associated parking, improvements to the village hall, additional village parking spaces with a school-run drop-off point, a new allotment site and burial ground, the transfer of the village shop building into community ownership, a new path from the Oxford Road to the recreation ground, and we've also managed to secure substantial grants for improvements to the school, improvements to the community buildings on the recreation ground, and funds to build an eco-toilet on the wharf. Although not directly resulting from the scheme, the Gibbs estate have also ensured the Barleymow car park remains the village car park and is gifting land for a foot and cycle path to run from Clifton Hampden to Long Whitnam. Our neighbourhood plan and the associated neighbourhood development order are now available for consultation with you, our community. Please read them, let us have your feedback, because your views really do matter.
Thank you.